Dude, are you up? Seeing this chat come through a little premature, maybe. We'll just run with it. What's up, Boxer? If you're still there. I have no idea what's going on. I've been having the most fucked up technical difficulties for the last 20 minutes. The kids are in bed. Everybody's in bed. It's 11:44 p.m. Nobody needs to be up. You're there. Hey, man. Am I coming through loud and clear? Everything cool? Squinting at the small emoji that seems to say, yes, everything is good. Alright, that's good to know. Some progress happening here. Little drawings of dudes. Little sexy fairy. How are you, man? How's your day? Oh, I don't want to draw a ghost. Just do something here. Why is the music different? What's going on? Oh, I clicked the wrong one. I mean, I guess this is cool. Let's let it ride. Demon boys be thick. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to pause. You go. There you go. They're thick little, they're like, oh yeah, awesome. Los Toros, perhaps? These guys, their body type is, if you recall, Danny DeVito as the penguin. That is that's the inspiration there. Salsa and beer. Los Toros is like, damn, why didn't I think of that? One thing I've done, I violated my oath to transparency, but you can see over here. Can I make this big? Large? No. Well, what I tried to do was organize all these layers. Knower. Throw Mama from the Train. Starring and directed by Danny DeVito. That sounds weirdly familiar. You know, I might have too much of a buzz going to shift to backgrounds right now. Why don't we just coast? Here, I didn't want to do the ghost, but let's coast with some ghost. Just see how it goes. We don't need big thumbnails. I like small thumbnails. Good. You've got Danny DeVito's ass. Twice in your media consumption evening. There is a weird discrepancy. Feels that way, at least, with like Zelda lore, with these ghost creatures, where on and off they get to be bad guys and or good guys, antagonistic or sympathetic characters, depending on the whim of the story or the game maker. It's not been consistent, and maybe it shouldn't be, but one thing that is consistent is there are ghosts and there are graveyards and these kinds of spooky supernatural. You know, while I do like this classical Zelda music, it is throwing off my chill. Alright, yeah, sorry. By now I have this Pavlovian response. I feel like I need to explain much beyond. Now this just feels like classic Max drawing Zelda, so let's keep it up. And so this rough sketch translates to my attempt to tread the line of ambiguity between friend and foe, where we have something scary, but also a little bit scared looking. I guess I've had a few drawings where Link is hiding and enemies are searching. It's been a bit of a theme, at least on a few of these. Anyway, bro, I appreciate you popping in. You should not stay up late, just because I am. But if you're awake, I'll let you know now. We had to put Hugh down the other day. Yesterday, specifically. And it was not it was nothing necessarily dramatic, but still a little sad about it. He was a good cat. We loved him very much. Julie was more close to him as per his preference, but my cat just as much. So a bit of sadness. Maybe it's appropriate to draw a ghost of a little contemplation of mortality. Just so everybody knows, Hugh is this cat. This one I'm pointing to. This one. Here, I'll scoop him up for the anybody who happens to be listening. This poor guy made it 14, 15 years. Did a really good job. He was a truly dignified specimen. Really great cat. He'll be missed. But he was struggling. He had his it was some sort of tumor that stole his dignity out from under him, and he did his best while he could, carried it with grace, but our financial system financial situation is not one that can given that we have children, chase down every hope of extended lifespan, even for the best of us. So, hard decision though it was. Ultimately, even my wife, who is very ride or die, understood what needed to be done. But we had it done with it's nothing inexpensive about putting your cat down. You still have to hire a professional to come and do it, and you know, we love our cat, so we had it done via schedule in our own home, where he could be as little scared as possible and maybe even be a little comfortable and okay with it. And it didn't go bad. Everything was fine. If I were to go, that's how I would like to do it. I'm sure I'll have no such luck, but that is okay. So a bit of an interesting concept here is ghosts that are metaphysical but also physical. Obviously, ghosts are, I mean, you explain ghosts to me. I don't quite get it. Some people are like, of course ghosts are real. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, when you die, are you... What does your ghost look like? Do you look like the way you did when you died? Are you wearing what you did when you died? What if you died naked? Are all ghosts naked? You know, explain. I do appreciate a little bit of this classic ghost. The hooded creature, or whatever. Hooded ghoul. Reads as ghost, looks a ghost. All that is good. I don't particularly believe in haunting spirits, so that's fortunate for me. But you might, and if so, I wonder if you've thought about what's to be concerned about with ghosts if they can't touch you, or if they can touch you, how? You'll have to explain that. Apparently, things can just be magical. Anyway, I'm attempting to bridge this obvious paradox with a ghost that is sort of extracting itself from a physical station, this gravestone that Link is hiding behind. And meanwhile, the ghost has enough physical corporeality to grip and crush the corner of the gravestone, which is what's happening here. So, and the slashes, or these gouges, I'm not really sure what I intended with them, but it just felt like it feels as if, you know, maybe Link had been slashing at it and it sustained damage, but it's not hurt by that. Not necessarily hurt. Here, and this is a theme in the Zelda games, as well as probably Japanese or other mythologies. Lollywobbles. Stream on in. Come stream my way. This is, you missed it. I was just talking about, we had to put my cat down yesterday. Lord Sir Hugh, this one, not the dark void cat. That's Emily. She died 5 years ago, and then Sir Hugh over here. It's a sad situation, but Hugh was of advanced age cat and on the verge of losing his dignity, and you can see here he's too well bred for that sort of end. We brought honor to the lineage of we had this weird funny nickname of we called him Sir Hugh, last of the kept well cats, as if that was some sort of legitimate title or family name. But now I'm catless, and his negative presence is very well noted, especially in these late hours when he would normally bug me for food and treats. He'd be like, all right. Like, he was my wife's cat mostly, and he would ignore me all day until she went to sleep, and then he'd be like, all right, now it's your turn. I'm going to shake you down for treats and whatevers. And he'd eat whatever I'd give him. He was a good little late night muncher. Especially recently. We think he had a tumor. He ate voraciously and could not get any weight to stick to him, and despite whatever medications we were trying with the vet. And the vet was like, well, we could do all these scans and diagnose him, and then we'd know if it was a tumor that you can't afford to cure. You know, it's all very unfortunate and sad. But the reality is, it's like, whatever, 14 years old, you're... I don't know, that's, let's not put a cat that doesn't understand what it's like. A cat won't necessarily understand we're trying to save its life while we're jabbing it with drugs and making it sick with chemotherapy. It's unfortunately nor will it bounce back, unfortunately. So, hard times. This was not a rash decision either. We learned he had problems over a year ago, and with medications we've been able to sustain him for quite some time, but it was time. It was time. And it went well. It wasn't anything too dramatic. Very peaceful, very dignified. And his spirit lives on. So this ghost image is therefore a fitting tribute. What's interesting is it's not a bad ghost, considering I kind of just spaced out on that. That'll look good when I shade him up. If you're still there, Lollywobbles, how was your day? I'm trying to give all the niceties I can, all the while the gummy sets in. Maybe I should draw this giant hanging thing. A lot of cool ones on deck here. I'll get this gravestone done. in Zelda, there are a good amount of Judeo-Christian symbolisms. Whether intentional or not, it's definitely been, although more in the original NES/Super Nintendo era, Link to the Past and the original, you could definitely find crosses. Not outside of Zelda lore do these crosses exist, but well within, whether it matters. But you can get a very quick read for a cemetery by sticking a cross on top of a rock. You're live. Good, be live. Don't listen to me. I will actually, no, I won't. I was gonna say I'll tease you by saying you don't care, you're not paying attention to me. No, I won't do that. Stay live. Live as I ramble. What I'm doing now is not so much and it's a benefit of, having had a few glasses of wine and a little bit of rando THC crud that I could scrape from inside a vape that's long expired and stuff. But there are, like, if you zoom in, you can see, like I can see, maybe you can't, but I can see here, like there's a white shape here. And if all I do is trace around that ever so gently, like whatever, it becomes a detail. All the little accidents I made on the underdrawing, at this point, I can use to infuse a sense of realism into the finished drawing. If things are done too perfectly, they will look contrived, as if put on by show of force. It'll look that way, it'll feel that way. Better it should put itself on. And I will stand by stupidly like an usher in the movie theater, just to let people know the show has begun. Gravestones of advanced age have an infinite number of detail. Thus it becomes more what you leave out, not what you put in. Thank you so much. You don't have to, what I would appreciate is if you tell me when stuff looks bad. I do want to know that. I'm just like everybody else. If I convince myself there's no more work left to be done, then I will simply say so and whatever. But I'm not necessarily a hard person to please, and I don't want to make art for the easy to please. My wife and I have this funny joke that if my wife comes, like, my wife has like no chill when it comes to actually telling me if my artwork is actually if I'm drawing something. This is a famous anecdote between me and my wife, but I was actually literally taking a composition class, and my wife comes in. I was like working on the stuff, and I literally did have a great composition going, and she comes in and she's like, "Oh, that's is this a class in abstraction?" And you know, I took that for what it was, which was my wife was not impressed with what she saw. My mood lighting? You mean my background lighting or the drawing lighting? In any case, there's no there's no right answer. It's just sort of my wife is hard to please, and for that I love her because she won't let me get away with crap. She expects me to do as good as she knows I can do, and I appreciate that because otherwise I might phone it in. The background? Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple these are like Halloween lights and like a party light I ordered for my kids. They just sort of go. Alright, I'll spoil it, but you can look. Here we go. Oh shit. No, I fucked it up. Okay, no, it's okay. Here, I'll not do that. Because I'll just fuck it up if I touch anything. But they're just cheap lights. Here. This one is, it's like this thing. You know? It just shifts, and then this thing is literally like a goofy kid light. Just like put shit up. But you combine them all, and it is okay. And then what's funny is the balance on the light from my computer screens is consistent, yet the balance on the camera shifts it unnaturally, just to whatever in its camera sensors is like now my face is orange, right? But that's not really what's happening, right? Or maybe I'm seeing it that way, but like the colors represented here on the thing are not necessarily what I see here. It's the camera is trying to fucking balance all these different colors that don't make sense together. And they do look good, so keep that up. But anyway, I appreciate that feedback. Here we have this is a foreground element. I'll just loosely sketch it in since it's an opportune target. Tilted over old headstone of no particular interest. same deal over here. Why are there headstones here? Because the composition needs it. One, two, and then this one. The lantern is canon. You've got LED lights in my daughter's room, set to a soft purple for sleep. We've got all like the kids will sneak in here and they steal the lights and they bring them upstairs and they plug them into their little rooms. How old is your daughter? Is she the baby I hear making noise in your streams, or do you have two children? All right, no worries. Look at this. Not so bad. Kind of unfocused, but productive. Let's go back here. Since I'm doing foreground elements. There's this. Okay. I don't have a reference in front of me, but there are these fun statues in Zelda that resemble horse heads, similar to what you'd see on a chess set. Not sure if I can hear something. Nostrils. Yeah, that's not too bad, but it needs to get simplified so it looks like a... All right, let's pull up the reference. I tried to do it my way. And that's what I would encourage for people who are, they're like, Max, why are you against people just referencing everything in their drawings? I'm not against referencing everything in your drawings. I'm against... Well, like, what if you actually tried doing it without reference before you referenced it? Kind of a situation. If you... It's like saying, Max, what have you got against cheat codes or like Game Genie? And I'm like, well, besides the obvious, have you tried actually trying to beat the game before you do the cheat codes? If you have, and you can't, then do the cheat codes. But if you sort of say, fuck it, I don't care about whether or not I know what to do at all. Like, winning is all I care about. I'm like, okay, there you go. Win that way. Alright, here we go. Alright, this has to be Zelda, yeah. Zelda, they know I love the Zelda wiki. This website is the shit. It has like everything. There we go. Search. The Legend of Zelda. Looking at a wrong, but it doesn't matter. Dungeons. Good. Let's see here. La la la. I mean, I downloaded all these different references earlier, but let's just... Yeah, here they are. Did I draw the wrong thing? What I thought I was drawing was a statue that looked like a horse, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's maybe I was drawing like this guy. Let's go back. I mean, that is what that looks like. Let's make sure we're not actually talking about a different game. About Link to the Past. They might have something similar. Similar but different. Will I know it if I see it? Something like these guys. This is all familiar. Yeah, look at these great guys. Some of these coming up. Ooh, Trinex. I never drew that. Oh, but that's like the Gliok. That's interesting. Well, okay. Keep it as it is. We just invent something new. Who's to say Zelda can't have a statue of a horse in a dungeon? There's horses in Zelda. God damn it. You can have statues of them. And we'll make it look like a aged piece of rock by adding texture. Primarily in the form of little dots. Mostly where the form is turning away from camera. Which means at the edge of the figure and at the edges of forms of the figure. So they would naturally sort of coagulate where we've already introduced these lines. Coagulate. Hey, coagulations! Yo, bro, I clocked your last stream. Coagulations. My bro's mind is racing for a nice fun follow-up to that one. Just a little bit of staccato with these. Right now my pen is like this tattoo gun, just sticking all these dots into place. You can see. Boxer, I started a YouTube channel, not to supplant the Twitch stuff, but to support, if nothing else, a backup archive, and then there are other videos, like for instance, I gave a lecture on sketching the other day. This was actually a couple months ago, but it went well, and my buddy Chris, whom you know, he's a teacher now, and he has some connections at his school that might be curious. So it's all good. It's there's no gatekeeping here, except one thing that's true is Twitch is a little bit niche for the broadest of broad audiences. So I figured that might be a good option. Like, I could put a link there. Yeah, I was I think I mentioned that I have a friend who has a architecture class, and he was the one that asked me to do a little demo, and it went really well. And I enjoyed it for what it was, and, you know, challenged me to, you know, wake up from my drunken stupor and think about, hey, what do I actually do for a living? And, you know, maybe I could put together together a few words to inspire the youngins to pick up the sword and fight the good fight. Well, an imperfect drawing of a statue it may be, but I don't actually mind it much. It's fucking up down here. That's the problem. Feeling better. Let's go run back. Alright, now I'm feeling all warmed up. I'm gonna try and draw this boulder right here. Yo, that horse statue reminds me of the chess knight enemies in Secret of Mana. Yes! Yes! Yes, and actually, Secret of Mana, you know, after I do say my piece with the Zelda stuff, you know, I'll finish off these, whatever. I'll get at least as far as getting all these 24 images done. Try to do more. If not more, then, you know, that's a good saying. Hey, I tried. And then Secret of Mana needs a visit to the, a revisit. It's like, ooh. Underdeveloped IP, in my opinion. Alright, all I'm gonna attempt to do right now is to try to give, I have to make sure I do this on the right layer. Try to give half a legit attempt. This interesting rocks can be hard. They really can be. But Link here is hiding from the Land Mola. I found a site that's got all the scans of Nintendo Power of the Secret Mana Diary series they did, which had a bunch of illustrations. Yes, those illustrations are both very good and very yeah, you know, when they talk about like, yo, these didn't need to go so hard. It's like those went real hard, and they may have gone a little too hard for the like past what the like it like Secret of Mana is, you know, it's got its depth and things like that, but those went like we're gonna illustrate this like it's Game of Thrones or something. It's like, whoa, a little too hard there. Send me that link, because I've been curious. I mean, I've been able to find some old Nintendo archive stuffs. Yeah, they're like yeah. Put it on my Discord, because you know, I'm not joking. I want to get to some Secret of Mana tribute art down the road, 100%. And if anything rivals Zelda music, it's the Secret of Mana music. Absolutely good stuff. But you know, on this stream we don't just flitter around from topic to topic. We like to see it done. See it till it's done. Oh, so much incredible music. Incredible music. Usually I'm like I'll go through it's more like I go through spurts where I stop listening to the music more than I go through spurts where I start listening to music. There we go. This is good stuff. Let me see. We clicky here. Yeah. It's good stuff. Here's the comments. 11 months ago, dope ass track as always. 7 months ago, my favorite track in this game. I still think about it every now and then, many years later. 9 months ago, hated this area as a kid. Loved this track as a man-child. 8 months ago, gets said a lot, but anyone interested in this track heavily borrows from the Looking Glass by Alan Holt. What the fuck? Yeah. The depth. Just the beat. Like, you're trying to, like, dude, how do I drum this? Like, you can't. It's impossible. Just beat your head to it. Wait, you're like, I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna beat my head to it. It's like insane. Will it loop? Where's the rest? Oh, what a tease. Alright. We'll go back to Zelda, but no joke. Any Mana fans out there, we'll come back. Look at this. I'm doing this rock all wrong because this is too much detail or too many little what's it's. Maybe that's okay right there. You know, you gotta. I don't need to keep that consistent throughout the entire thing. Suggest it and then like let it suggest itself. When I was younger, I used to think, I didn't used to think for long because I knew I was wrong very quickly, but there was a time when I was like, well, I can draw every single, my subject is a tree and I want to draw it well, then I should draw every single leaf on that tree well, and then I've drawn a well-drawn tree. And that's not how it works. Now this will be a lot of, in this image with him versus the centipede guy. A lot of what makes the drawing work will be in the lighting and the design. So that finish is yet to come. That's interesting. He's almost like looking like he's floating there. I need to figure out what's actually happening there. What was happening in the original drawing? Turn that off. Yeah, that's pretty clear there. So what's happening here? Yeah. I need to go deeper. Okay, there can be obstructions and outcroppings, but ultimately to unify these spaces. Stay standing on the same ground near each other. This is like Lord of the Rings logic, where Frodo and Sam are like literally in and amongst the orc horde, and they like still don't see him, see them, kind of a thing. But that's okay. Okay, that feels okay. Okay for now. I'll fix it with the lighting. What else can I do? Some shitty ground detail here too. Some days you just got to draw dirt. Compositionally, this one is a little differently because I want the ground to be infused with energy, as if the camera is pushing in. As if to have a sense that the camera is, and this is tragically understated, I think, so far in my drawings, but there's a fairy here that the bad guys here are interacting with, or attempting to. And the camera is betraying that a bit as we follow her on her evasive course. So the ground that this guy is standing on can have a sense of composition that reinforces that flight. A little too same here, so let's break that up. And that determination is simply made by feel. We have over here these sort of round compositional elements, and we can't therefore ignore the fact that if it's as heavily introduced over there, the eye will miss that feel in the negative space elsewhere, especially where nearly associated. So we can transition out of that a little bit by introducing those kinds of shapes. And I know that I want to make sure that this guy, this living rock statue guy, feels that he's in the background. I'm portraying him sort of like a giant, like a colossus, although more like 18 feet tall instead of 200 feet tall. You know what I haven't done the entire night is save my work, so do that real quick. I'll do another 15 minutes. I'll quit out at 1 a.m. Every line made with a choice. Can go up like that. Introduce some interesting perspective. They definitely don't have enough of... I've searched a little bit. I don't know, Boxer, if you've got any anything on deck to correct my ignorance, but I've looked for like Secret of Mana, like good Secret of Mana, like remixes or symphonic versions and or chiptune remakes. I've found some good ones, but nothing that necessarily is clearly good for streaming. Like I guess I could just try them out, but I've yet to find an equivalent to the Zelda and Chill playlist for the Secret of Mana equivalent. This is a fun little Zen-like exercise. You know those sand rake gardens? I'm not Buddhist. I don't know the real purpose of them necessarily, but if it is, as I might suspect, just sort of this calming effect of bringing order to chaos, while also understanding the transitory nature of order. You could draw a parallel here with what I'm doing, just drawing the ground. Drawing the sand, another fruitless exercises. It is an interesting kind of Zen question. How do you draw sand? Like I was talking about with those leaves earlier. Draw the sand. Do you draw every single, no, let me get out my little dots. Just draw all the dots that represent sand. Is that how you draw sand? I suspect not. These days, when I draw, I really just try to draw energy. What is the energy doing? Where is it flowing? What is it telling us? What does it need us to know? It's not too bad right there. Ground. Maybe over here I can draw a fallen log. Thank you for stopping in. You can crash now with my blessing. Cheers to you. May you crash so that my computer does not crash. Thanks, man. Have a good night. I haven't done a late night stream in what feels like months. It's been easier to do the daytime streams lately because of work anxiety being at an all-time high. Not all-time high, that's not true. But late night distractions being high. Not in small part due to my cat's recent distress. With that past now, we can revisit what did and didn't work well during those times. I don't mind a late night stream at all. Now we can kind of see what the hell the horse was jumping over in the first place. You know, and I'll put a nice shadow. Although now it's a little bit stupid, like the horse is like jumping over like not like it's a giant horse that the giant horse is like leaping over like a log that is like not that particularly big. I might have to adjust that, but we don't need to stress about making those changes right now. The log was bigger in my head last week. A raider. Repel the invaders. The Triforce of Talent. Well, alright, now we have the guilty party. Hi, sweet Sarita. You know what I get these days is people, it's Jason Bateman. That's an insult to handsome fellows like me. You're not innocent. But, hey, people are here. Alright, well, I won't quit out if people are raiding. This is not where the party is, I'm afraid. But, it's all good. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit more so we can... I have the Triforce of Handsomeness. That's the, the Boomstick Butcher. That's funny. That's got to be Army of Darkness reference. Dude, that would be fun to draw. Alright, Mr. New Guy, you can see some of these older sketches I was working on. I'll just scan around here. If you're at all familiar with Zelda, you can see cool stuff happening. Also, happy to see Hot Local Grandpa. I've been very remiss with my lack of late night streams, and I hope you're doing well. Blah blah blah, you can see cool stuff. It's been a while. I hope your shoulder's okay. If not, I don't know what to do about it, but I hope it is. Road to recover. Okay, great progress. Just get better. Anyway, here they're jumping. Oh no, jumping with a horse over a log to escape from this giant Octorok that's gonna come and fucking kill them. That'll be later on. Right now I'm just drawing leaves in the grass because I'm just a little bit too... Well, I'm not too tipsy to draw the Octorok. But I'm trying to pace myself a little bit. Hey man, cool stuff. I appreciate it. Do you watch my brother's stream and everybody else? I hope you do. Alright, I'm not gonna do much of this, but so I have 42 followers, and then if I get the magical 50 number, something happens. No, nothing will happen, but it'll be a nice little milestone where I can feel like I did something with my little streaming career. So since I know you don't follow me, you could follow me, and that'll be a thing that, you know, makes it go to 43, and then I won't bug you about it next time. All right. So how do you pronounce Tsushima? It's got sushi right there in the title. So it's Ghost of Sushi. Tsushima. Oh, another new people's. Is that like Zelda but for feudal Japan? I mean, I should state I'm a former gamer, but not really GT. Oh, okay, that's a good explanation. That's good. I like that. GTA, but for feudal Japan. Okay, so you can you're like, I'm gonna fucking backstab my lord and go become a vassal to his arch enemy or something like that. Yo, peeps. Well, hate to say it, it's not exactly a gamer stream here. This is more of like an art stream. But gang's all here, at least for a little bit. Anyway, if any of y'all are artists, this is a cool stream because you'll learn how it's done in the biz. How we do it in the biz. How we do it in the biz is we wait till everyone's asleep, and then we get drunk and draw all night. It's true. I'm Boxer's brother. Handsomeness. It's not just a fluke. Something needs to go here. some sort of vertical element. Could it be? Shrub. I do kind of like the idea of leaves blowing. Bunch of chaos. You squint down, you can't see anything that looks like a mistake. So sometimes it's a good idea to draw that way. Hey, everybody go to bed. Everybody go to bed. It is 4 a.m. It's 4 fucking a.m. And you guys need to go to church tomorrow. Twice. Bright and early. Achilles, huh? This is it's not my favorite horse just yet. I keep coming back to it. I keep seeing things different I want to change, but I need to give it a little time to breathe. It's not a bad horse. It's just you know, I forced myself to draw it without reference, so it wasn't or at least direct reference. It's a little too intense here. Okay, this is the song. It does look dope. It does look dope. There's just small things. Yeah, everybody go to bed. Everybody go to bed. This is all good. Here, I'm going to stop. This is your... When this track comes on, I know I've been doing this for 2 hours straight. So this is enough. Okay. Listen, I love you. New people... Listen, if you follow me, I'll follow you back, and it's a straight transaction. You know, you don't have to actually love me or love Zelda. But other than that, I just appreciate all the support and everybody being cool. So, but it is late, and we all have things to do. So, all right. Thanks so much for joining in. Hey, if you go back a couple things on my VOD, you can actually see me draw it live without the reference. It's a little bit of an adventure. All right. Love y'all. Check me out tomorrow or another time. All right. Good night.